I think the one thing that stands out at the moment is just how much motion there is to everything and how much brands rely and need motion to capture people's attention. Like it used to be that a really nice art directed photograph or a really good layout would be enough. But
Mm,
nowadays, with most, like I think the reason why motion is so important now and so prevalent right now is that before, before being 10, 15 years ago, it was anyone that needed motion was because they had an ad on TV and that cost a lot of money, or they had, an ad before movies, whatever. And now everybody has motion on Instagram. Everybody's competing in this at the same scale within the same entry point. Like it's just free to go on Instagram and put up
mm,
videos. So I think the fact that everybody has every like the competition, the platform the platform for presenting your brand has been equalized for anyone, whether it's Coca-Cola or a local coffee shop. They all have the same tools to connect with their audience, and those basically being social media. Yeah, so I think point being, motion has just risen dramatically in how much we see of it and how important it is as a part of telling a brand story and connecting with people who are scrolling through stuff. And the moment that you see something move, you stop. It's just like
mm.
it's almost like a default trigger now. Like, you see a bunch of pictures static, you keep scrolling, you keep browsing through stories, and all of a sudden animation comes up. It's like, oh wait, something fun is going to happen. um, so I think that's the biggest change trend recently, that we'll see how, if it maintains and if it becomes a default thing that every client needs to embrace and devote money and uh, time to, or if it will just be a passing fad and eventually we'll just go back to like
Fade out.
static things.
I think it's interesting because it's, at parts, people say print is dead all the time, and I don't believe it is. I think just people are printing less than they used to. But that used to be where brands would kind of really sort of shine, would be in their printed collateral. And now that's through budgets and all sorts of, access to humans and globalization, that doesn't make sense anymore. So now it's digital. It's on the internet. It's in these sort of digital spaces that we spend time in, and like you say, motion is a great tool, of kind of elevating your brand and speaking some personality, some tone, some feeling, some sort of something emotional to people, is much more effective than copy can be in that space, because people don't necessarily stop and read. They don't necessarily stop and read, so you almost need to catch them in a different way.
Yeah, I think with motion you can then deliver good copy that hopefully they'll remember more beyond just nice static bit of copywriting, which every now and then, like if you're stuck in traffic going from an airport to a city and you see a billboard with good copywriting, it still works. Like it still gets the point across. But I think that's the minority of how people are consuming and interacting with brands nowadays.